Good morning, students. Today we will see the operations on real number, that is exercise 1.5 from NCERT book. Now, rational number, real number, both togetherly consist of the real number. Now we will see some of the operations. Before going into details, let me tell you one thing, that when a non-zero rational number is attached with an irrational number by any way, by plus, minus, multiplication or division sign, the result is irrational. If a non-zero rational number means any rational number except 0. When non-zero rational number is attached with an irrational number by plus, minus, multiplication or division signs, the result is always an irrational number. That is the most important thing over here. Now we will see that what types of problems we have to go through in exercise 1.5. Pay attention, dear students. The very first question says, classify whether the following numbers are rationals or irrational. Let me write the question first. 2 minus root 5. Second one is 3 plus root 23 minus root 23. Third one is 2 root 7 upon 7 root 7. The fourth one is 1 by root 2. And the fifth one is 2 pi. So 5 questions are there. We have to classify them as rational or irrational. Now see the first one. This is a number, it has got two parts. 2 is the rational part, which is non-zero, and root 5 is irrational part. And why it is irrational? Because 5 is not a perfect square. Now this rational and irrational, they are connected by a minus sign. Right now I told you, if an irrational number is subtracted from a non-zero rational number, the result is an irrational number. So the answer will be irrational number. The reason is very clear to you. It is a difference between a rational and an irrational number. If you can give this reason, you will write this reason. The difference of a rational and irrational number, the difference between a rational and irrational number is always irrational. So this is the first one. Now come to the second question. Again, you see, in this question there are two components. First component is within the bracket sign, 3 plus root 23 minus root 23 is the second part. Now whether it is a rational or irrational, if you open the bracket, what is happening? 3 plus root 23 minus root 23. These two will be cancelled out because they are having opposite sign. The result will be 3. It is rational. Simply by calculation we are finding that irrational part is cancelled out and 3 is the answer, and we know that 3 is a rational number. Come to question number 3. 2 root 7 irrational numerator and 7 root 7 irrational denominator. But the thing is, the irrational part in the numerator and denominator are same, so they can easily be cancelled out and we can write it as 2 upon 7. And 2 upon 7 is a rational number. So this is the first 3 questions I have done. Now the fourth one, 1 by root 1 by root 2. In the above question, our numerator is equal to 1, rational, and denominator is equal to root 2, irrational. So when a rational number, of course you will write it here, non-zero, is divided by an irrational number, the result is irrational. So this very question number 4, the result is irrational because numerator is 1, that is rational, non-zero rational, and denominator root 2, it is irrational. At the very outset I told you, if a non-zero rational is attached with an irrational number, anyway by plus, minus, multiplication or division, the result is irrational. The last one, 2 pi. 2 is rational, undoubtedly, but pi is irrational. Therefore, product of 2 and pi, that is 2 pi, is irrational. So this is the way how we will do with the first question of exercise 1.5. I hope it is clear to you. Now let us move to the second question. You can see how I have done it. In the same way you will proceed. Second question is simplification. Simplification of the real numbers. Very simple. Here what to do? Question number 2. I will solve only 2 questions for you. Less 4 questions are there. Rest 2 questions you will try. The first question, it goes like this: 3 plus root 3 into 2 plus root 2. Question says simplify. We have to do the simplify. Simply, you see, it is a case of multiplication. 2 terms are there in their respective brackets, and we will use the distributive property of multiplication over addition. How to do it? 3 will be multiplied with 2 plus root 2 plus root 3 will be multiplied 2 plus root 2. Then again 3 into 2, that will give us 6. 3 into root 2, 3 root 2 plus root 3 into 2, that will be 2 root 3 plus root 2 into root 3 into root 2. What we will get? Root 6. So we have used the distributive property of multiplication over addition. Now in this case you will find that 6 is completely a rational number. 3 root 2 and 2 root 3, we cannot do anything more because they are unlike surds. It is 3 root 2, it is 2 root 3. So they cannot be added directly or subtracted directly because they are unlike. Shirts which are unlike, they cannot be added or subtracted directly. And this one is irrational number, root 2 into root 3 into root 2. So our answer is this is our answer. We cannot do anything more with it. Now one more question, that is we will do question number 4. Root 5 minus root 2 into root 5 plus root 2. Just students, when you view this question, you will find that this is the formula which you have learned previously. Something a plus b and a minus b is formed. If it is a and it is b, this is a minus b and this is a plus b. And from the identity we know a plus b into a minus b will be a square minus b square. So we can say here that it will give us root 5 square minus root 2 square. And root 5 is equal to 5 and root 2 square is equal to 2. 5 minus 2 equals to 3. So the answer is, in this case, it is 3. And this is the answer of question number 1. In this way, 2 more questions are there. I hope you can solve by yourself. Now come to question number 3. Recall, pi is defined as the ratio of the circumference C of a circle to its diameter d, that is pi equals to C by d. It seems to contradict the fact that pi is irrational. How will you solve this contradiction? We know that the circumference of a circle is given as 2 pi r, we have seen. Or circumference is given as pi d. Or we can say C by d is equal to pi. Now the thing is, we know that pi is an irrational number. And C is circumference and d is the diameter. How the circumference and diameter are measured? It is measured with the help of a scale or any other device. But remember students, whatever value we get by measuring the length either by scale or by any device, that is not the exact rational value. It is an approximate rational value. And that is why here arises no contradiction at all. If pi is irrational, granted, then either C is irrational or D, diameter, is irrational, or both C and D are irrational. And hence C by D is equal to pi. Hence there arises no contradiction at all. Once again let me say, C is the circumference of a circle equals to 2 pi r. We have learned in our junior classes. Or C equals to pi d. D we will take here. C by d equals to pi. Now pi is an irrational number. C by d. C is the circumference of a circle. Suppose you draw a circle and you measure the length of this circle with the help of a thread, and then by straightening the thread you can measure the length of C, and similarly you measure the length of the diameter with the help of a scale, and then you take this ratio. Remember, whatever value we are getting by the thread or by the scale, that is not exact. It is an approximate value. It means pi is irrational. It means either C is irrational or D is irrational, or both C and D are irrational. Hence, no contradiction arises. There is no contradiction in this statement. Now, question number 4 I will explain. number line plotting a number on the number line, and this time terminating decimal. It is assured irrational number it is. Question number 4, under root 9.3 on the number line. We have to plot this 9 under root 9.3 on the number line. Now how to plot it, you see? Simply, I am doing it in a rough way on the paper. You will do it with the help of your scale, compass and instruments. You first draw a line segment of 9.3 centimeter. Let AB is a line segment whose measure is 9.3 centimeter. You produce this line segment up to C such that BC equals to 1 centimeter. So what is the step I am again telling you? First draw a line segment AB of the measure of 9.5 centimeter. You produce this line segment AB up to C such that BC is 1 centimeter. Now you do the perpendicular bisector. You draw the perpendicular bisector of the line segment AC. So we will put the needle of the compass at the point of A. We will take more than half and we will draw 2 arcs on either side. Without disturbing the compass, we will put back the needle at C and we will draw the arc once again. And we will join this with the help of a scale. The line that I have drawn, that is the perpendicular L, represented by L. It is the perpendicular bisector of the line segment AC. And this point M is the midpoint of AC. That means AM equals to CM. AM and CM are equal. Now take the compass, put the needle at M and the tip of the pencil at C and draw a semicircle. A semicircle is drawn. What we are doing? We are taking the line segment AB 9.3 centimeter. We are producing it up to C such that BC equals to 1 centimeter. We drawn the perpendicular bisector of the line segment AC. Let this point be M. M will be the midpoint of AC. Now taking M as center and MC or MA as radius, we draw the semicircle. Next, from the point, yes, we have drawn the semicircle. Now from the point B, at the point B, we draw a 90 degree. Students, you know how to draw a 90 degree line? We draw a 90 degree line. And this 90 degree line intersects the circumference of the semicircle at the point T. We will now produce AC indefinitely. We will put the needle of the compass at B and tip of the pencil at T and we will draw the arc. Our needle will be placed at the point of B and tip of the compass at tip of the pencil at T and we will draw the arc. This arc intersects the produced line at a point P. Now this BP represents under root 9.3 on the number line. BP represents under root 9.3 on the number line. I am writing, you see, BP represents under root 9.3 on the number line when B is treated as the origin and BC represents 1 unit. So this is the thing. BP represent what we have, once again let me describe the thing. We have to plot under root 9.3 on the number line. Step 1. We will take a line segment AB of 9.3 centimeter length. We will produce it up to C such that BC is 1 centimeter and farther up to L. We have produced it like this. Now, we are drawing the perpendicular bisector of AC in order to find out the midpoint of AC. Let that midpoint be M. Now, taking M as center and MC or MA as radius, we draw a semicircle. At the point of B, we draw a 90-degree line which intersects the circumference of the semicircle at the point T. Now we will put the needle at B and tip of the pencil at T, and we will draw the arc. The arc drawn will intersect the produced line at the point of P. This BP, this distance BP or the point P represents under root 9.3 on the number line. You have to write this much. BP represents under root 9.3 on the number line when B is treated as the origin. M is not the origin, neither A is the origin. In this case, your origin is B and BC is 1 unit. If it happens, then P point represents under root 9.3 on the number line. Students, you can draw it by yourself. I had given you the methods. Now the last one question of this exercise I will discuss. I will have rationalize the denominator. Okay, very good. See, rationalize the denominator means in all these questions, first question 1 by root 7, second question 1 by root 7 minus root 6, in third question it is 1 by root 5 plus root 2, and in the fourth question it is 1 by root 7 minus 2. Let me tell you one thing, students. The denominator, see the denominator of each question. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Denominator of each question is irrational. Rationalize the denominator means we have to make the irrational denominator rational. That much only and nothing to do. Again, the first question is 1 by root 7. Denominator irrational. What sort of? It is monomial. It is only having one term. In this case, there are two terms, that means binomial. It is also binomial. In this case, is also binomial. So, this is the rationalization of monomial irrational denominator, binomial irrational denominator, binomial irrational denominator, and binomial irrational denominator. In case of the monomial irrational denominator, what we do, we will multiply both numerator and denominator by root 7. Root 7 is in the denominator and we have to make root 7 a rational number. So we have multiplied both numerator and denominator by root 7. The answer is root 7 by 7. See, in the numerator, root 7 irrational number came. But what about the denominator? Denominator is 7. That means the denominator has converted into a rational number. We have done the rationalization. Second question, binomial. Two terms are there. In this case, what we will do? We will take the conjugate of this number. Conjugate means only this sign will be changed. And by conjugate of this number, we will multiply both numerator and denominator. It is 1 by root 7 minus root 6 into root 7 plus root 6 by root 7 plus root 6. It is known as the root 7 plus root 6 is known as conjugate of root 7 minus root 6. With conjugate of the denominator, we multiply both the numerator and denominator. If we are multiplying both numerator and denominator by the same thing, the number is not altering. It remains the same. So what is the thing left? It is root 7 plus root 6 in the numerator, and the denominator is in the form of a plus b into a minus b. It will be simply root 7 square minus root 6 square. So what is the root 7 plus root 6 and in the denominator 7 minus 6, root 7 plus root 6, and by 1. This is the rationalization we have done. First and second question I have shown. This is the third one. Again, what you have to do? If you want, it is a binomial irrational denominator. If you want to convert it, if you want to rationalize it, you take the conjugate of it. What is this conjugate? Root 5 minus root 2 divided by root 5 minus root 2, and you will get the answer. Similarly, in this case, what will be the conjugate of the denominator, students? The conjugate will be root 7 plus 2 and root 7 plus 2. That means you are multiplying both numerator and denominator. In case of binomial irrational denominator, we multiply both numerator and denominator by conjugate of the denominator for rationalizing the denominator. Students, hope it is clear to you how I am rationalizing the denominator. This is root 7 plus root 2, root 7 plus 2. Yes, I hope, students, you have got what I mean to say. Now you yourself, you try to complete this. In case of any doubt, feel free to ask questions to me in the comment box. Till we will start in the next class, we will start laws of exponents for the real number. Till then, goodbye.